Islanders heading out on a 7-game road trip after the game here today, although the first 2 games are local games. They'll play the Rangers on Saturday. He's making his season debut for the Minnesota Wild, and he hits Hartman off the bench alone, and he shot it wide, got his own rebound, had the net, but missed it.
Well, they got caught in a change, and it's Zuccarello, and I don't think he needs it at all either. Watch him slow it down. You got Pelech goes off for a change. You got all the forwards going off for a change. The big issue, you could drive a semi-truck through the middle of the ice, and you got a breakaway. Not one chance, you got 2, as it looks like Hartman just missed clean in that one.
As Romanov works it across for D'Angelo. Wild in a change. Cal Ritchie. Drop pass, Palmieri tees one up. Shot stopped by Wallstedt. D'Angelo closing in. Spins away. D'Angelo still with it on the backhand. Tried to force it to the front. It popped up in the air, and it's hugged by Wallstedt for the whistle.
That guy right in your screen, number 14 of the Wild, just all-around player.
Here's Schaefer, had Drouin. Pass was slowed up, kicked out by Wallstedt. Jonas Brodin just got enough fit to throw off the timing. Otherwise, it was a tap in for Drouin.
And how about that little kick pass by Wallstedt to his defenseman to get the clear? But Islanders surprising the Minnesota Wild, just coming up with a ton of speed and less of the drop stuff early on.
Barzal able to weave his way through the first line of traffic. Palmieri and Schaefer working it at the top. Matthew Schaefer, goal line Drouin. Palmieri tees one up, and it's hung on to by Wallstedt. Palmieri down the lane, pumps, waits, backhanded to the front. Shut off by Faber, now it's Barzal. Out of the box comes Middleton. Barzal curls, Horvat fires right into the glove of Jesper Wallstedt. Played around the net for Boyum. Z. Boyum, 19 years old. He's a first-round pick, and he's making his impact early in his National Hockey League season. And there's a tap-in for Hinostroza. Vinny Hinostroza got loose on the back post, and a clean pass put home for an early 1-0 Wild lead.
You'll see Brodin come down the wall, but the eventual goal scorer is going to be that guy coming up the wall. It's Hinostroza, and Romanov's on him, and he's partially paying attention to Brodin coming down the wall, but in that situation, you try to stick on him like glue, and doing a good job in front of the net is Kyle Palmieri, but maybe sort of took the eyes away from his goaltender and David Riddick, and that's an easy one.
And the Islanders get it deep and go for a change.
What a great stick it was by Schaefer. I mean, at that point, not the little things. The obvious things we all see, our jaws drop, but a well-played 2-on-1 there. That thing.
Alex Romanov with the puck behind the Islander net. Moved it on for Tony D'Angelo, but then gave it away. Trenyan for Foligno. Marcus Foligno fumbled that puck. That one came through and bounced up off the ice. Trying to make an impact here. Zuccarello's pass across. Brock Faber's shot stopped by Riddick. Picked up by Emil Heineman, and he'll just airmail this one to center.
Always been an underrated player since the time he was in Washington, Brendan. I think so much of his game, and he hasn't slowed down a single bit. And one theme that we're continuing to see, there you go.
They scored.
Minnesota's getting the pucks first.
Danila Yurov scores just his second goal in the NHL as it popped free and he poked it home.
Well, it's getting the pucks first, and that's what I was in the middle of the breath of saying. Look, it's tough going back for pucks, but once it's in front and you have advantage of manpower in front of the net for the Islanders here. A lot of standing around, and there's a lot of shoveling from the Minnesota Wild, and a lot of people say, put someone on their back in that situation if you're not.
Cizikas, Duclair, and McLean. As Trenyan advances on, and it's forced the rest of the way by Foligno. Coming around to Heineman, fresh onto the ice. Marcus Foligno ran him into the turnbuckle.
Any time of the year, something like this, always good reason for the Islanders. Can they dig out of this a little bit and show some of that spirit themselves?
Heineman pokes it on goal after a puck that was mishandled, and it's gobbled up by...
Should not be an issue tomorrow, as we know, but I'm excited to see, Brendan. Was there something said in between periods there? That's not good enough for this group. See if they come out with a little bit of snarl. Unspoken thing. You don't go blind through the middle. It was Drouin thought he had a lane.
Spurgeon walks in, and a rising shot knocked into the glove of Riddick as Romanov and Hinostroza. Horvat took a pop there from Brodin. Looked like an elbow right to the face. No penalty on the play. It continues. Barzal with it. Down for Horvat. In front, they score! Emil Heineman finally finds the first one tonight for the Islanders.
And for Horvat, who did get popped up high, Brendan, I think it's coming later on in the sequence. They were all over it right here, and you'll see right there a high stick maybe that's a good thing because he's a little flustered. He can't get back up into the play, but just a great job by Adam Pelech up top. And you watch that as it goes tic-tac-toe, but watch the stick right there. So that's what clips him. And if not for that, maybe he's not in the right position. We've seen that sweeping
pass ahead for Tarasenko, rips one into the skates of Hinostroza. Taken here by Hartman across for Tarasenko, and Romanov got across to block the shot on what was a wide open Vladimir Tarasenko.
Some stuff in this one. Once again, right here, a little bump back. You're going the opposite way. That drags everyone out into the wrong place. And as you come back and look to sort out, it's more and more difficult when you got a defenseman going through. Blue jerseys look around, wondering.
First of their back-to-back Stanley Cups after being a trade deadline acquisition from Ottawa. As a wraparound try from Boldy, denied by Riddick. Another chance and they score! Brock Faber sent it to the net. I'm not sure if Eriksson Ek got a piece, but the Wild erased that goal quickly from the Islanders.
Back in it, it's going to be one off their stick again. And I mean, originally Boldy, as he comes around the net, he had some light right there. That didn't make its way, and Schaefer tried to clear that thing. Corralled out of the air by Faber, and he points in front to Eriksson Ek. Let's look for a tip, because certainly points to him right after that change direction. Or was it even Johansson off to the right side of the net? No, that looks clean to me. And it was
handles the puck, and he'll step through the middle of the ice now for Anders Lee. Schaefer the trailer. Here comes the pass. Schaefer's pass, though, in the skates of Pajot. Looked off a shot in prime real estate. That pass got through. Rossi scores! Oh, what a pass that was. And it landed on the stick of Marco Rossi.
From the Islanders, Schaefer last minute. I think he sees Pajot. And watch this as Kaprizov picks it up. Threads one to Marco Rossi. Hey, that's just an outstanding pass. And for the Islanders, they're going to break, but like a butterfly with sore feet, that thing landed softly for Rossi. Corralled it and just goes upstairs. And
Cizikas bounced one up, didn't get it out though. William weaves his way right through a couple, got it to the net, and Riddick, two great stops there. Puck still alive though.
Wow, what a save. I mean, created an opening right there, and on the doorstep, you're going to see Urov looking for his second of the night as Cizikas is all over him, but I mean, that's a wide open cage right there, and great reaction. I mean, that
toss towards the net. Pollock blocked it. Anders Lee a chance to clear and flip out for Pajot. Can he get there? Pajot scores! What a play by J.G. Pajot!
Pick it up. It should have been clean. He should have had much better angle to come in. This thing goes airborne. Watch the bounce right there. It's going the other way, and I thought it was going to settle. Handles it with one hand on his stick, and how about him finishing from that angle? I mean, he pulls the goaltender all over. It looks like it's going to be easy from this point, but the angle to get it up, a little flick of the wrist underneath the bar off the back post right there, but outstanding at a time that you needed it more than hungry or maybe more energized. It's probably right now as the puck drops here for the third.
And again, stats are what happened in the past, not an indication necessarily of what's going to happen in the future, but 11.5 to go. Zuccarello picked off the pass from Pollock. Now Kaprizov with Rossi driving between his skates. The give and go. What a play. Kaprizov scores as Kaprizov and Zuccarello have not missed a beat.
You can't turn the puck over when he's on the ice. Well, what happens for the New York Islanders? You don't manage the puck, and it goes the other way. How about this? Right in between the legs and back to him just as quick as that. Your goaltender, you're not going to have a chance on that when a bullet pass is zipped over, and you got to honor the original shot. But Zuccarello, so smart, understanding exactly where he wants to go before this thing hits his stick. And for Kaprizov, from that angle, pretty easy from him. He can score in much tighter angles for this island.
Middleton for Boldy. Shoveled into the Islanders zone. Cal Ritchie off his skate. Now it's Boldy. He curls away, sets up a one-timer from Brodin off the glove of Riddick.
Lo and behold, it's the thing that stops that offensive momentum.
Hartman dropped it off backdoor. Riddick, a point-blank save on Tarasenko. 2 seconds and one. It's a 5-2 final as the Minnesota Wild have their way with the Islanders here in this one. 5-game home point streak comes to a close. 3-game overall point streak is over as well.